You have selected this video to find out the answer of two questions. The questions everyone has that lives in a hurricane-prone region: where is the storm going and how bad will it be? That's it. I learned this a long time ago. And a long time ago, I used to watch the news. And I wouldn't get this information. I felt like they were holding it back. And I wasn't comfortable with that. So, this is a relatively new channel. I built it a year ago. I just finished the platform in late June of 2024. My first storm that I tracked on this channel was Hurricane Beryl, which formed on June 28th, 2024. A historic storm. You can look at the playlist that I will create for all storms that I track. Kind of like my file cabinet. I file it away. So my audience can simply look back at storms that I've tracked and see how I do this. You're never going to see my authentic style of tracking on any other YouTube channel or TV media outlet anywhere. I invented this authentic style from tracking hundreds of storms. I've been hit by 11 different hurricanes. There's nothing a meteorologist can teach me about a hurricane. The experience is all that matters, really, in anything in life, I think. Experience is king. Before we get into this new storm, I just wanted to introduce myself and let people know what they're about to see. And don't assume that a small channel cannot bring value. Don't assume that looking at a very large YouTube channel or on the TV, their reports, and look at their views, and they're media outlets. They're mammoth. I'm not competing against that, but they don't have my content. No one does. This is why I created this channel. I would never have gone through all this work to create this channel if I was going to simply replicate what you get from the media. I knew my information has extreme value. So what do? How do I do this? In summary, I take a storm from formation to landfall. Okay? I steer storms from formation to where they come in and make landfall. I take information from the National Hurricane Center. I combine it with my experience and my instincts and from what I've seen in the past. And then this allows me to be authentic. And when you see how I do this, you're going to notice that I'm a couple steps ahead of the storm. While the media, they want you to watch 24/7 every day the storm's out there. They're not interested in looking down the line where the storm is probably going, where it may not go. They want to keep you locked in to watching them and following the storm until it goes into wherever. But the problem again is when the storm is marching towards a region, sometimes for 7 to 14 days, and the storm now is finally coming in, and you're getting nothing. You get a lot of information in the early stages of any storm, and I covered this in some of my previous videos to explain exactly what the media is trying to accomplish. They have an agenda, and their agenda is simple. It's designed to scare people, not prepare people. That is why I am here, to show people another way to follow a hurricane, a better way. I will never reveal information that's not accurate. I don't make predictions. I don't guess. I work with the information that's happening. Every storm is different, like a fingerprint. No two are alike. So when you see how I do this, I know you will prefer to follow my content versus the media. You already know what you're going to get with the media. You don't believe me? After you finish watching this report, just go and watch a few reports from other YouTube channels or put on the TV, and you will see the same information. Welcome. Understand, I'm here for you. I'm here to prepare people. That's my primary goal. It was sickening to watch people get all freaked out. For the last 20 years I watched this. They make bad decisions because people don't know what to do when they don't know what's coming. Welcome to my channel. With that being said, let's move to the tracking map so you can get the information that you are seeking.
We have a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. Hurricane Francine formed earlier today on Tuesday, roughly in the afternoon. Francine became a hurricane. This is a Gulf of Mexico storm, yet again. Seems like we're getting a lot of these lately. Last year we had Idalia, and Francine just formed about 36 hours ago. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a peak of hurricane season. Typically we get storms that form very far from land this time of year. This is a Gulf storm, and Gulf storms that form in the Gulf, like Francine did, they come up and hit land very quickly, so you don't get a lot of notice with these. Now, typically when you don't get notice, the hurricane is weak, a Category 1 usually. But when you're dealing with the Gulf of Mexico, you have to throw out the rules. There really aren't any. So let's go through what we know right now. As of the 5 a.m. advisory on Wednesday, Francine is located right here, about 170 miles from the Louisiana coastline, traveling northeast at 10 miles per hour, and has 90 mile per hour winds. This report was basically about getting out the information. I don't have much time for this one. Hurricane Francine will be making a landfall tonight. Probably sometime between 7 and 10 or 11 o'clock. It will depend on the speed. Right now, the hurricane is traveling at 10 miles per hour. At that rate, in about 17 hours, it would arrive. And here, right here, these dots simulate the current cone. So right now, the National Hurricane Center has Francine coming ashore somewhere in here. But I don't work like that. What I do, ladies and gentlemen, I shrink down the cone, and then when I get it locked, I will give a final landfall report, which will be in about 6 to 10 hours. So tonight will be landfall. It's a matter of what time. I will have this storm locked down with about 6 hours before landfall, maybe 8 hours. That's what I do. So we know the storm is here. It's about 17 hours away if it maintains its forward motion. But what's going to happen now is I have to go to work. I don't have much time with this one. I'm going to have to lock it down and send out a final landfall report. Again, roughly 6 hours before it makes landfall. But what I can tell you right now is it's going to be a Louisiana storm. Okay? And I'm a little worried right now about New Orleans. Because if this track holds up, and it's probably not going to change that much, being that it's only 170 miles away. But New Orleans would be on the right side of this storm. New Orleans is a city that's 8 feet below sea level. Okay, so a very low-lying area. It's a dangerous coastline. So I wanted to get out this information to alert you and anyone who lives in Louisiana. I'm sure they already know and hopefully have evacuated if they're on the water. I would definitely travel to the west to get away from this one because it's traveling northeast and it's going to come in here and then head off to the east. So there you go. This is what I call a quick hitting storm. Forms and comes ashore within 48 hours, pretty much. Okay, so I wanted to get out the information. I will be back when I have the storm locked, meaning when I know precisely where it's going, and I'll have a better read on everything in terms of the miles per hour, if they're going to increase. Everything will be locked down with Hurricane Francine, with my landfall report, which will come out in about 8 hours, roughly. Okay, so that's where we're at right now with Hurricane Francine. Louisiana needs to be on high alert, and my next report will reveal everything that's going to happen to this region.